And we are live. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to Rising Up with Gerald Ann. I'm your host, Gerald Ann, and I am so excited to have you here today. This is going to be an amazing hour. It's going to be so much fun. Listen, if you will, please share this out to your friends, your group, whomever. Please share it out. And if you haven't already, please like my page, The Healing Heart. You'll be notified right away as soon as we come on for any live broadcasts in the future. So with that, I get to the fun stuff now. Hey, Kathleen, hello, she's here. I would love to introduce you all to this most charming young man from over the pond. His name is Kevin Morris. Kevin is from Liverpool, England. He was going to be here last week, but we had technical difficulties. So yay, thank you, technical angels, that you got him here to us safe and sound this week. This is awesome. Kevin is an angelic Reiki healer. He is a channeler of information and a life consultant. In fact, what I'd like you all to do is have a pen and a piece of paper, because later on in the show, Kevin is going to share with us some really, really cool life coaching stuff. So with that, Kevin, oh my God, I am so thrilled to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Gerald Ann, and it's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so glad that we got through all of our technical stuff. Just for you people to know, Kevin made time this week to hook up so that we could make sure that this all came off without a hitch. So here we are. This is awesome. I am so grateful. Kevin, in the spiritual world, many of us, we talk about our awakening and when did you get that wake-up call and all of those things I was just telling you earlier before we came on. Mine was rather boring. I found a book in a bookstore and read it and went, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You, my friend, on the other hand, had a pretty remarkable wake-up story, awakening, if you will. I would love for you to share that with our viewers.
Well, basically, Gerald Ann, I've been quite spiritual for many years, like yourself. I've read books and I've been in lots of spiritual groups. And obviously, I thought I was wide awake, as you do. But what happened is, when I decided to become an angelic Reiki healer, it was decided that I would go on this course approximately 4 months after I booked to become an angelic Reiki healer. What happened was, one evening I was woken up, and I was woken up, by when basically you're in between the sleep and the wake state. Mm-hmm. And I was shown my picture off Facebook, and my face was so life-filled. And I heard the words, January, Kev, January, these words. And when I looked down at my body, all this green, like, electricity was running energy all over my body, and I knew it was Archangel Raphael, because I'd actually asked for a healing off him the night before. And so basically what happened was, when he said this month, I thought, wow, what's going to happen here? Am I going to, maybe my mediumship skills are going to be blown wide open, etc. But what happened was, on this particular month, I was taking out my body, and I was given the option, would I like to go home? And I said, no, it's okay, I'm fine, I'm okay. And then I was taken down another way, and I was shown the dark way, which I won't go into as such, because obviously, I was shown the way I was going down, the path I'd been going down for many, many years before I become more spiritually awake. But like I say, in hindsight, it was, you're going to have to leave your muddy shoes at the door if you're going to want to become an angelic Reiki healer, so to speak, because of the shadow that we create. So I declined to go down the dark route. There was a dark cave with demonic entities at the gates. and I declined that as well, obviously more so. So
Yeah.
I was allowed to come. I was allowed to come back into my bedroom, and there was my body. What happened is I got back onto my bed, back into my body, and I jumped up, and I thought that wasn't a dream. That was so very, very real. So what
Yeah.
happened is I've come down the stairs in my body, and when I walked into my living room, there's been a big, massive ball of light in my living room, and it's come towards me quite quick. And I said, "Whoa, slow down there. Just stop. What's going on here?"
Yeah.
So I just asked it to show itself, and then what happened was it started to form into like a blue blazer with brass buttons on, and I knew straight away that that was my grandfather, because that was my grandfather's favorite jacket to go out with when
Wow.
he was going anywhere nice. So obviously he's somewhere nice when he's in heaven, isn't he? So why not wear it then? So
Yeah.
and then what happened was obviously the first love of my life who passed away. She was there. My cousin, who was like my brother, who passed away when I was young, he came to me, and Archangel Michael was stood in the corner of the room, and he said to me, "This is your spiritual awakening." So, and then obviously Archangel Raphael came. He started working straight away on my sacral chakra, because obviously this is where I've been housing all my emotion from the death of my little girl's mom, and my cousin and all family members. Because obviously, you know, it was taking me down the wrong path. And I wasn't a bad lad, but obviously I like to enjoy myself a bit too much of a weekend, so to speak. Hence why I had my spiritual awakening, and I had to leave that shadow in order to become more light filled. And he ripped off the band-aid and said, "Right, this is who you really are." So
Yeah.
and it's showtime, and that's how my awakening happened.
Oh, I tell you, every time I hear it, I get goosebumps. I really do, or I call them God bumps. Actually, it's really amazing. Uh, because I know you have been through an awful lot in your life,
Hmm.
and especially through that particular time period. So for you to go from there to where you are today, I'm just excited that I get to watch you, do your thing and develop and grow. And since the first time I met you on Intuitive Angel Messenger messages, you were doing a workshop there, and
Hmm.
that was amazing what you were doing. So I'm just
Hmm.
so excited to bring you here to our viewers. I just wanted to pop up a couple. I want to say hi to everybody. And if you're just joining us, um, I know this is lovely. Kathleen says, "What an amazing story! Thank you, Kevin, for sharing. It really is." And he's just such a remarkable young man that you're going to really get to know much better over the next hour. But uh, one of the things that you do is angelic Reiki healing.
That's correct.
And I am a Reiki master, but I do Usui Reiki. And
Hmm.
so when I got to see you on Intuitive Angel Messages, and you were doing, talking about the angelic Reiki healing, it was just amazing. And you just
Hmm.
kind of glow when you do. So I'm going to and let you talk about angelic Reiki healing. But if you are just joining us, this is Kevin Morris from Liverpool. He is absolutely amazing. In fact, Rebecca says Kevin is amazing. And yes, Rebecca, I agree with you. And so are
Oh,
you,
thank you.
sweetheart. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So, Kevin, why don't you talk to us a little bit about angelic Reiki healing?
Well, angelic Reiki healing was invented and created in this country, in the UK, and it was channeled information to Kevin Core, who sadly passed away recently. But it was Archangel Metatron that came to him with this modality, and basically it's such a beautiful modality. It really is, and obviously I just love the modality. It's so, I mean, it's just, I've just opened up my own treatment room as well, and in my local area, because although my online healings are very, very powerful, I wanted to bring it into my local area too, because there's a lot of people in my local area who are not as spiritual as myself, obviously, but
Yeah.
I still want to try and help lift dense energies in my local area with this modality. But I'm getting a lot of good feedback as well in my local area now, and it's only just
Mhm.
opened up this last week, so it's such an
Uh,
amazing modality. I love it a bit.
I saw a picture online of your healing rooms, and they're absolutely beautiful and tranquil. So when you work with someone, what are some of the issues that you're dealing with the angelic Reiki healing? What is it that people come to you for?
Anything, anything at all, anything
Uh-huh.
physical, any physical ailments, whether that's back problems, whether it's anxiety, depression, anything like that. Because obviously, what it is I act as a channel,
Mhm.
and what I do is I embed the light, and my energy body has been attuned with the angelic Reiki symbols. So
Right.
with the Usui Reiki, you have to visualize a symbol. Is that right? Whereas my
Right.
energy body has been attuned with the symbols. All I do is bring in the energies, do the protection, etc. And then I ask my healing angel, Archangel Raphael, along with ascended masters, other beings of light and love. I'm a bit greedy. I ask for them all to come, to be fair.
Awesome. Hey, why
so,
not? They're there.
so
They're
so what happens is that they will then, once they come into my body, they will take whatever symbol they feel is needed for the person I'm focusing the energies on. And as you know, energy isn't constrained by time and space. So whoever is in my mind or whoever I ask them to go to, these energies will then take the symbol from myself and they're there in an instant. So
That is so awesome. That
yeah,
is really awesome. One of the other things that you do, I know you work a lot with people who have PTSD, anxiety
yeah,
problems, and
yeah.
so forth. What kind of results are you getting with that?
I'm
With
getting quite a lot of really good results. I've got a friend who was really in a bad place 7 weeks ago. I'd done them a distance healing, and then I'd done them a one-to-one healing. And emotionally, they were quite up and down with depression, anxiety. And ever since I give them a healing, they've just totally leveled out. There's no waves in their emotion.
Yeah.
Especially a lady contacted me as well from America. Her 16-year-old boy was suffering with depression and anxiety. I give him one session and he come out of the meditation and she was absolutely over the moon with it. He was back to his old self instantly. He come down. He said all the colours look vibrant again. He was quite an athletic lad, done a backflip somersault. He was like, wow, I'm back to my old self. It was
Wow.
an instant miracle. Even myself, I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
because obviously
Yeah.
I don't know what the angels are doing when they're there. All I do is ask them to
Sure.
go there, and that's it.
Oh my God. That has got to be the best feeling in the world.
It really is. It really is. And it's like, it's like anything. We all have soul agreements, Geraldine. So if we're meant to have this lifted by the angelic kingdom, we will have it lifted. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, the other thing that you do is you are a life consultant. We have a
Hmm.
lot of that goes by life coach and all of that. But you prefer to call yourself a life consultant, and you work with individuals, you work with businesses, and so forth. What
Hmm.
what does that entail? I mean, what if I were to say, Kev, I'm in trouble. I'm kind of trying to figure out where I'm going. What would that be all about?
Well, basically, there's all different modules that I've been taught and different tactics. And it's millionaires have been using this, or the reason why I done it is because I'm a healer, but I wanted to not just heal people. I wanted to give people a little bit of direction. So,
Mm-hmm.
people can come in and say, my life's a little bit higgledy-piggledy. Can you come? Can you heal me anxiety? But then I like to give them the tools to help them put the one foot in front of the other and give them a little bit of direction because I have a saying, Jetland. even the smallest steps in the right direction have mammoth results. So, you know, it's like anything. If you can put them a little bit into the right, this time
Uh-huh.
next year, they could be a mile away from where they are today. If you just turn that little bit of a course, just a
Absolutely.
little course, and
Yeah.
you know, I use this myself. You know, it's helped build my own business, and it's just a simple tactic. But obviously, it's like anything. You know, unless you're taught, you don't know, do you? So, you
Right.
know,
Right.
yeah.
You know, what's the I is it Einstein that said this or whoever it was that said it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and
Hmm.
expecting a different result.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
basically what you do is help people
Structure.
kind of,
Yeah,
yeah, step outside of the box and step out of their rut, step out of their comfort zone, and start to see things from a different perspective.
yeah. Certainly, certainly. And it's like anything. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting, like what you've just said. So,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just having that little bit of just a pen and a piece of paper, and you'd be surprised what you can do. I
Yeah.
mean, because like I say, you know, when we're running around in our minds, it's just like you're like an octopus on skates. You're here, there, and everywhere, aren't you? You know. So, but what it is that's the analytical side of the brain. So what we do is by writing things down and putting things in structure, the subconscious mind is what creates, as you know. That's the
Right.
creator. That's the that's
Yeah.
you know. So what we do is we by writing things down and having a structure, you send it from the left hand side of the brain to the right. Once it's in the creative side of the brain, that's when we start manifesting the visualization. That's why it's always best to write things down, have a structure, and setting deadlines and you know setting goals. And when you have it in front of you, that's going into the subconscious mind because the subconscious mind's sitting there going, yada, 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 we've heard all this before. The analytical brain, there he is, going on one again. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, so when we start being creative, because obviously that's to do with art or music, writing
Hmm.
is like a form of art, or and you know, and this is why the subconscious mind sits up and goes, oh, I must start manifesting, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, and do you find, or at least this is the thing that I keep hearing over and over, is that once you start to do this, then the other aspect of that is the feeling and the emotion of it, so that you're
Exactly.
marrying, you know, the emotions and the thoughts and all of that. Do you find that, do you have like techniques that kind of help people? I'm one of those people that, as a recovering addict, I spent my entire life, I'm 60, and up until I was from the age of probably 5 or more with food, but addiction and alcohol from 13 until 55.
Yeah,
I I was numb.
yeah,
I mean that was my whole goal, was not to feel.
yeah.
So with this whole manifestation thing for people like me, you know, people go, well, feel this. You know, you have to feel this. You have to feel this emotion and that emotion. Well, when you've spent your entire life, literally decades and decades, not
Mhm.
feeling because you
Yeah,
don't want to,
yeah.
it's really tough because you literally don't know how.
Hmm.
So, how would you deal with that with someone? I mean, is there techniques or?
Well, it's like anything. You know, you'd obviously look at the lifestyle. Lifestyle is very important, and you know this is why I love doing angelic Reiki and I love doing life coaching because you know it's you know you're looking at it from a spiritual sense, but then obviously you've got to bring in the human aspect as well. So,
Right.
but I always get them to you know obviously look at what they're doing in their life. Bit of self love. Self love is imperative, like you say. You know, no, try not to put toxins in your body the best you can, obviously.
Right.
Um, Eat healthily, drink plenty of clean water, walks in nature. As we know, it's
Uh-huh.
imperative being spiritual. But if you can try and get someone to stop clogging up the filters and you know be in touch with their own intuitive self, that is a help. But then, like you say, then they start maybe having the anxiety, etc. So it's like, well, let's live in the now a bit, start writing things down, look at your problems, and then we'll start looking at solutions along the way and put some action steps in place in order to move forward with that, and put some little deadlines and, what am I doing in the now to make my future bigger and better? Instead of worrying about the future, let's do something in the now to create a better future, basically.
One of the other things that you do is you call yourself a channeler of information. So when you're doing, whether it's the Angelic Reiki Healing, although I know you turn that over to the angels and you focus it and you do your thing. But with the life coaching and the different healing things that you do, how does the channeling of information, if you will, how does that play into what you do? How does that assist you in your journey?
What it is, I'm quite intuitive. Everyone channels information, as you know. Sometimes we think it's our own thought, but it's your soul. It's just like bing, it's instant. You get a little picture in your mind. It's a visualization. It's obviously your higher self or your guides or anything like that. And like you say, although I'm primarily clairsentience, my claircognizance is always on the go. And it's like having a sense of humor, Geraldine. Sometimes I can think of something like in 0.6 seconds and go, whoa, where did that come from? But I can turn a serious situation into a laugh and a joke, and that's obviously coming from your soul. And that's the way I look at it. That's what intuition or channeling information is all about. It's coming straight into your soul from up above. So that's the way I look at it.
I love that. I love that because I'm a holistic life coach, and you are as well a holistic healer, because you bring in all aspects into your healing, no matter what it is. And I really like that. I think that we become way more successful when we are all inclusive and do that. Do you find that really makes a huge difference when you're doing that? I love this comment from Robert Doza. He says, what I call transformation of the whatever by adding an F becoming a shift. Can you see that on your screen by any chance? You don't get to see that. I'm bummed. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that so that you can see that stuff. But I just want you to know, and if you're just now joining us, this is Kevin Morris. Kevin is from Liverpool, England, and he is an angelic Reiki healer. He is a life consultant and channeler of information. So what I'd like to take a moment to do is have people make sure you have a pen and a pad of paper, because here very soon, Kevin is going to be doing a technique with us. And then once we get through that, you'll be able to ask Kevin some questions. I'll be monitoring the questions and we can go from there. So let's look and see. Kevin, what would you like to go ahead and start a process, if you will, for our viewers to participate in? And that will give us plenty of time then to they can ask you some questions afterwards. So everybody go get your pen and your paper, and let's see what we can come up with here. This sounds like fun.
Certainly is. I was taught this technique, and the guy who teaches me, he's international life coach, and he said there's been more millionaires through this actual subject I'm about to teach you. But it's not about just finances. This could be any walk of life, and it's called Mindstorm. And basically, there's a question. So you get a blank piece of paper, and you write at the top, what can I do to blank? Okay, so what can I do to earn an extra 2,000 a month? What can I do to amend my relationship with my mother? What can I do to, have a better relationship with my neighbor? Anything you like to do, anything that's really bugbearing you at the minute, what can I do to get a better job? Anything. So that's what you want to put. What can I do to, and then put your subject next to it. Okay.
Okay. Everybody doing that out there? Cool.
So this is now going from the analytical side of the brain to the right because you're writing it down. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so what we do then is we will time ourselves, say for the 60 seconds or whatever, just a brief time zone. And what we want to do now is say, right, what can I do to, whatever the subject is, can you see anyone's subject? Would anyone type their subject so we get some ideas?
Would somebody type up their subject for us?
So we can see what people's ideas are.
I don't have one yet. Okay. Okay, folks, let's give us a subject. What can I do to blank? Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Let me ask you this. I mean, since I'm right here, what can okay, let's put Deidre up. What can I do to make money with a future job?
Okay.
Is that something?
Right, okay. So this is the fun part. Okay, so there's a subject. Okay. Oh. Jelan, it's froze. Can you see me? If you can see me, Jelan, the camera seems to have froze. Hello? Have you got me? Hello?
Okay, have I got you back, Kevin?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Let's see. I don't have Kevin back. Everybody hang tight. Don't go away. We'll get Kevin back here in a second. Let me figure out. All right, Kevin, I lost you, darling. Okay.
I got you back for a split second, Jelan, and then it seems to have froze.
All right.
If you like, my
screen is frozen. My screen is no longer frozen. I don't think. Everybody, can you let me know from here? It looks like Kevin is frozen. No, he is there. All right. But Kevin and I aren't connecting. Okay, I can see him and you. All right, that's great, but we're not connecting. Okay. All right, my guest I lost for a second. I think he's coming back. Everybody, there he is. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. There he is.
The power of being live. I can't see you now, by the way, Jelan. So
you can't.
I'm just talking to myself, but that's cool. Let's run with it. The show must go on. Okay.
I know. I love this. Okay, so we have Deidre. Okay, we can hear and see Kevin, Kathleen said, and Deidre said we are both here. So, okay, we may not see each other. I see you, sweetheart, but you don't see me. Okay.
I see myself, and that's just like what I normally do, talk to myself in the mirror. Joking.
I love it. Okay. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of answers here about what can I do. And so let me see one that's kind of common financial abundance or to make money seems to be a pretty common answer, and moving forward, leaving
Okay.
jobs, moving forward, making money.
Okay.
Okay. All
So
right.
so we've got an idea what people like. Okay. So this is the fun part now, Jedeline. So whatever their
Yay.
subject is, we're going to give themselves roughly about a minute. Okay.
Okay.
And they're right. So we're going to go in the next few seconds. What can I do to make more money? Let's say. So I want them to start writing 20 answers for themselves in a minute. And if you get to 20, you're doing really good. Okay? So,
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start writing.
Start writing, kids.
Okay?
Okay.
What can I do to, whatever your answer is, and you want to come up with 20 answers in the space of a minute?
Okay. That's a good challenge. I've got a couple here.
Okay?
Advertise more.
Excellent. This is what I was saying, advertising more. That was good.
Yeah, reach out more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did get my new business cards, and also drink out of my new healing heart cup more. You can't see this, can you, Kevin? I'm so bummed, everybody. Check it out. You know what? I ordered these new business cards and from Vistaprint, and after that they show you a bazillion products you can buy with your logo on them, and oh boy, you talk about, it's like being at the checkout line with all the candy bars and all the little stuff, so yeah, I could. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Don't you just love it? I'm going to order some more of them. Okay, I'm trying to do it so it doesn't tilt.
How many are you up to now, Jedeline? How many have you got up to now?
I was talking too much, so I've only got a couple.
Right,
So,
well, come on.
What's everybody?
Come on, we can do better. Come on, Jedeline.
I can do better. Okay, I can do better. Okay.
I'll do the talk while you're writing.
Okay, you talk.
I know what you mean. I've got my logo on my T-shirt, and I tried to get it into as close as I could with my logo that's on my business page, and it's an absolute nightmare when you're trying to talk things through, but everything's got to be right. You've got to feel it. So I know what you're saying about getting certain things correct, and but yeah. So anyway, how many? I'd say that's probably enough time. Should we say that's enough time?
Okay, yeah, I'd say that's enough time. If everybody, oh gosh, I love it, all the faces with the tongue sticking out. Yeah, okay. So Ann Dia says she has 7. She's at 7. So let's all let me know what you got going on.
Yeah, let's see what the numbers were.
Yeah, let's see the numbers. So once we have our 20 or however many we have, what do we do from there, Kevin?
Right, there we go. So what I want you to do is basically mark off, say, 2 to 3 of your best answers. What you feel would be the biggest answer to your what can I do to.
Okay. So the biggest
prioritize,
3.
yeah. The ones that you feel would make more of the impact to get you to where your goal is.
Okay. So if a lot of people have talked about financial abundance, and of course they're writing down their answers in that. Do you help people cheat a little bit? And if you know, what somebody wants, do you say, okay, if you're in business for yourself as a life coach, or if you're in business for yourself, what are some of the things that, obviously, Kevin, you're just starting your new healing center, and you've got all these things going on. What is it that you've done to help get your financial abundance increased and your business going?
Well, it's like any business. It's okay having the best product in the world, but unless you know how to sell it, there's no point in being in business. Yeah. And so that's what I was all about. It was like about marketing it properly, getting the word out there. So that was what I prioritized with my business, and I come up with 13 when I got tested with this. So to get 20, you'd have to be doing amazing anyway. But yeah, so I come up with a list of everything, infos of my services out there, social media, web page, network with other businesses. But what I chose out of all of them was advertising and with me marketing my business in order to help my business grow. And then what we do then is once we've got, say, 2 to 3, they're the ones we're going to work with first. Okay. So what's the target? So we're going to take action now. Okay. So what we do is we actually say, I'm going to basically, we're going to take action by a certain date. Okay. So in 3 months' time, our goal, what we set out to do, is going to be complete. Okay. So let's say the 1st of October. Is that 3 months away? October, July, August, September, October. Yeah, 1st July.
Okay.
Okay. So what we do then is once we prioritize out of all of our answers, what can I do to earn an extra $2,000 a month? By in 3 months' time, we're going to be doing that. Okay. So the action steps we're going to take is we're going to start putting times and dates by what we're going to do. So let's say use my one for example, advertise to get my business out there. When am I going to do that? I'm going to do that this week. Okay, that's what I'd be saying. I'm doing them action steps this week because in 3 months' time, I want to be earning an extra X amount of pounds. Okay, and these are the action steps that we're taking in order to get to our goal, basically.
One of my our viewers right now, Deirdre, she says, how if you don't know what to do?
Okay, so yeah, this is the thing. So how do we get it's like realistic goals as well. So if, say, for example, if she would like to find a different career or anything like that, you'd probably still use the same, what can I do to find a different career in order to get me there? Or are we looking at doing courses? Are we, self-development, anything like that, that can help us get to where our goals are, basically.
Okay. So if, say we're stuck, so is this something that you help people with?
Yeah, exactly.
Say they're
Yeah,
stuck and they just,
yeah,
I know I've
yeah.
hit these places in my life where
That's
I
yeah,
literally just didn't know. I mean, I have skill sets, I have all these things, but I didn't know how to take what I had, the raw materials that I have and the skills that I have, and how to decide. I think that's a really big issue
yeah,
for people
yeah.
today is how do I
Is
decide what I'm supposed to do, what my purpose is?
Yeah, well, it's like, this is why you come to see a life coach again, isn't it? Because obviously they can help you with that. They can help you with finding out what makes you tick. And then obviously once we find out what makes you tick and what your desires are, that's where we start doing the action steps again. And getting you towards that career or goal. It's finding the vehicle as well to get you to, let's say the ladies mentioned, what in particular did the lady want exactly?
I don't know, Deirdre, what exactly? I think she was talking about financial abundance and
Okay.
also job. Let me go
Mm-hmm.
back. I'm trying to go back to all of her comments. She had 7 things that she came up with. Deirdre, if you could, honey, put specifically, if you could let us know what
Mm-hmm.
what you're thinking about, and Kevin can come back to
Yeah.
that as well. One of the other things that I've heard over and over again is, okay, so Kevin, do you do payment plans? By the way, she's asking, Deirdre. Do you
For
do for, I would assume, for life coaching?
Yeah, I just charge per session, so I would probably do an hour session, And then obviously I would then obviously do a follow-up call as well to see how you're doing, and just take little action steps. So each hour, I'd spend an hour, I'd charge $60 for an hour. And then obviously I'd do a follow-up call, and then obviously we'd see we'd set a certain time scale and goal, and then obviously we'd then sit down maybe a few weeks or a month later and maybe have another session and see how you're getting on.
Okay. Kevin, how could someone kind of prepare so that when they come to you, they at least are somewhat geared into what it is that they want to learn. Oh, did I lose? Okay, no, I didn't lose you. Okay, are you there? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm here, yeah.
I didn't know. So say, how do I put this? Okay, a lot of times people will say, and I've heard a lot of teachers and a lot of coaches say, follow your passion. If you follow your passion, if you follow your bliss. So if I were to maybe write down what my passions are,
exactly.
what my bliss is, and what my skill sets are, then could I come to you with those lists, kind of pre-prepared, so you're not kind of starting at the very back at the beginning,
even if they don't have a clue, Geraldine, that's what the chat's all about. I would ask them exactly them same questions. What makes you tick? What's your burning desires? What do you see yourself working as? What do you feel drawn to? What would you really love to do? I mean, okay, we could go far out and say I'd love to be a pop star, but there's got to be something. Are you creative minded? Are you musical, or do you do art, or do you like working with children? Little things like that. And then obviously we move and set little action steps to move towards something you love. Because if you do something you love, Geraldine, you'll never work a day the rest of your life. And it's as simple as that.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Now, what I've done, everybody, is I know Deirdre would like to work with you, so she's put it in the comments. And when you get a minute, Kevin, you might want to go back and check these out. I apologize, everyone. Kevin can't see your comments, and so anyway, I put his Facebook address. It's www.facebook.com/KevTheHealer/.
That's my business page. Yeah.
That's his business page. So if you want to get a hold of him, please do so. Terry Angel made a comment too. She said, I love what I do. It really does not feel like work. I'm in the same boat. And I think you are as well, Kevin. You're passionate about what you do. I'm passionate about what I do.
Yeah.
And so you're right. When you love what you do, you're not working. You're living your passion.
Well, Geraldine, I was a truck driver working 60 hours a week, sometimes 70. Yeah. So, I was doing flat out 12, 13-hour days, but I could have, decent money as well, but it wasn't what sparked my soul, and I thought, right, what can I do to, do something that I love? So I become an Angelic Reiki healer. I put the money together. I done the course. Then I was doing something I love, but then it was like, okay, so how can I now turn it from just something I love into doing it full time? And then obviously I started a life coaching as well for self-development, and in order to help others as well who come to me through the Angelic Reiki. And there was nights when I'm absolutely dragging my knuckles along the floor, but I push myself. It was like, you've got to set these goals, and you've got to get out your comfort zone as well. I've said this on another video. If we stay in our comfort zone, we're never going to do anything really. And it's just about, if you got your comfort zone, like imagine yourself like a little dot here and your comfort zone is around it. You step out your comfort zone becomes bigger. So basically what I done is, I could have quite easily set back and went, right, well, I work 60, 70 hours a week, but I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. And and it was like, I used my passion, even if it's a course or 1 day a week or one evening a week or of a weekend, or do anything online, anything that that sparks your soul, and do it part time around your job. And then when you actually become very much good at it, that's when you can start becoming more professional and start. I mean, I work 7 days a week, Geraldine. But like you say, when you do something you love, and I get up and I'm whistling to work,
Yeah.
So,
Kevin, you bring up a very good point, because I know there are a lot of people, and I found myself in that position at one time, where I really just didn't like what I was doing. It
yeah,
was a struggle. If you get up in the morning, however, we all have to pay the bills,
yeah,
and feed our families and everything
exactly.
else. But you brought up a wonderful point, is that if we're all in this place of, and I've watched a lot of the people. I know Terry Angel, who's on here, she's doing it. Kristen and Rebecca and Gwen, and there's just a ton of people who are leaving their regular jobs. So maybe they were doing their regular job full time or part time, and doing their passion
Yeah,
part of the time or whatever. And
yeah,
they're stepping out in faith and going, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah,
And they are, and what's so exciting to me is they are living, as Terry says here, they're living their purpose,
yeah.
and they've stepped out in faith, and it's working for them. But to be able to do that, I know I started back to school, oh gosh, 4 years ago, to become a holistic life coach and an EFT practitioner. And I'm a massage therapist, a hypnotherapist, and done a Reiki master teacher. But that wasn't enough. It really wasn't enough to support me. And quite
hmm
honestly, I just didn't want to do massage full time.
hmm
I love doing it, but I've done it over 20 some years.
Yeah.
So I went back to school to become a holistic life coach. And since then, I've taken a lot of other courses, and I continue to add to my toolbox, so
Exactly.
that when I'm basically creating a foundation so that I can go
Yeah.
completely, full time, and support myself completely by all that I do. And talk about getting out of your comfort zone. Doing this show put
hmm
me so far out of my comfort zone, as a lot of the viewers will attest that saw me in the beginning.
Yeah.
I like to have a nervous breakdown before every show because I was so scared to do it.
Yeah.
But it so if you would just speak to that for just a moment, because it's really, really important for
Yeah.
people to know how to transition.
Yeah. Well, like you say, it's just about setting little realistic action steps as well. Bit by bit, moving forward, one foot in front of the other. And, I could never have envisaged from like a year ago to where I am today. But it's like, you live in the now with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you do an action step each week, I'm doing something every day to move forward in my life. But even
Yeah.
if someone can do something each week, so go, right, let's say, for example, let's say they work in a warehouse, but they really want to work with children, like, or do you want to become a teacher, anything like that, right? How can I do that? Okay, I'll look online, I'll see what courses are in place. And that's what I do as a life coach. I just get them to just steer them just a little bit towards
Yeah.
towards the little goals. And then obviously then it's like the excitement comes, your soul becomes a lot more alive, because it's like, I'm going towards regime. But then when you get in the nitty gritty of going to this course, you've got to get a little bit disciplined, obviously. And
Mm-hmm.
there's some nights I just could not be bothered after a 12, 13 hour shift, but I got disciplined and I focused on my goal. And
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, you know what, it's not easy to get on a path and to do something you love, because everyone can quite easily just fall into the trap of, getting up 9 to 5, doing something they absolutely hate just to pay the bills, Monday to
Yeah.
Friday, and it's soul destroying. So, but it's worth, even if it's like it takes 12 months to do that course, it's worth it because the reward at the end of it, for the 1 year's hard graft, you are going to be doing something you love for the rest of your life, and
Right.
that is more important than having a lifetime of misery. That's the way I
True.
look at it.
I have I think one last question because we got a little bit of time left, and
Yeah,
it's from Lindsay Grant. Lindsay says, I'm petrified of getting outside of my comfort zone. What
right.
are some tools or steps I can take to make myself more comfortable?
Good question. Okay, good question. Well, let's have a look at the reason why you're scared. What is the fear? What is the fear around that? Um, is your desire to want that goal more important than your fear? It's like I seen a channel message Archangel Raphael through a medium. It's like we're all like little fledglings on a nest, on the edge of the nest, and we're all
Mm-hmm.
looking, and it's like, you've got your feathers, and it's like, you know, just jump off and trust and have faith. And it's like, what if I fall, but what if I fly? Because if you keep having fear of falling, you'll always be just in the nest, so you'll never get anywhere. And and what what I'd look at is, why am I afraid? What is it that's making me fearful of this? Is it fear of failure? But I'd rather have a go and fail than sitting back and failing, because you're still going to fail anyway.
Yeah.
But because what if you fly? That's the way I look at it.
Lindsay, who had that question, she also said, because I'm an empath and I pick up everyone else's
Ah,
emotions.
right. So now we're getting somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So with being an empath, I would look at what am I doing to protect myself, um, through, you know, protection through Archangel Michael, meditation, cord cutting each and every day, and meditation as well. Meditation is brilliant, for resetting the brain. Whenever we
Hmm.
have a bout of anxiety or stress, meditation is just it just reboots the mind. It's like an 10, 15 minute meditation for me is like an 8 hour sleep.
Yeah.
So, little things like that. But it's like, if there must be maybe a time when she feels more relaxed. Is that first thing in the morning, late in the evening, whatever that is. So when you feel more relaxed, maybe that's when we do the little action steps as well.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The other thing, Anne asks, please tell me an example of the difference between traditional Reiki and angelic Reiki, aside from calling on angels. She's recently certified in Usui, Shiki Ryoho Reiki.
Okay.
So if you could just briefly touch upon that, and then I have a couple other questions for you.
Yusui Reiki, you're a master in that, aren't you,
Yes. Yeah.
Caroline? Okay, so am I right in saying, because I've never done that Reiki, but am I right in saying when you're healing somebody in front of you, you have to visualize a symbol? Am I
Um,
right?
you use symbols for long distance healing. If
Right.
you are in person, you can use the symbols to empower the Reiki or in the
Okay.
position, but it's your body is attuned and your chakras are opened up to the Reiki energy coming in and through you.
Okay.
So the symbols are basically just to empower and set up the etheric tube to whoever you're sending it to, whatever situation, inside and outside of time and space.
Brilliant.
But it's not. With yours, I'm under the understanding that you work with very specific archangels, and with
Yeah.
Usui, there is, in the attunement process, there is some of that, but not in a treatment per se like you use with. I didn't want to say it because I didn't know how much is, you
Mm.
know. for
Well,
public.
right. Okay. So now we've got the explanation of what what the
Yeah,
Usui Reiki is.
yeah.
The Angelic Reiki is obviously I do a clearance through Archangel Metatron and amongst others to cleanse my home and whoever's home I'm healing. I
Hmm.
then do a protection with Archangel Michael, and then I call in my healing angel, Archangel Raphael. I then call in Jesus, call in the Galactic Council, Commander Ashtar, who's a lovely, beautiful being of light and love. He's actually
Hmm.
observing the Earth ascendant, sorry, and amongst others, like I say, I'm quite greedy. I'll call him Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Vishnu,
Yeah.
Buddha. You know, whoever I feel there's a connection there, and then what happens is they come into my body. I house their energy, and then I open up my third eye, beam of light, and then
Okay.
whoever's in my body will take these symbols from me, whatever, and they go and heal this person. All I do is visualize the person or ask them, whoever's the person's name is, and they go. And I embed the light, I'm grounded, and they go out to whoever, and they do the work. All I do is I just act as like the little plummet that's dropped in the pond, and they come to me and shoot out. That's it.
Right. You know, that is the perfect segue
Mm,
for an angelic group Reiki healing session that you're doing that's
that's correct.
coming up on July 15th. Would you like to tell everybody a bit about that? And I'm going to put your Facebook page up there again, Kev the
Yeah,
Healer.
yeah.
And you can contact Kev if you would like to participate in this group healing. So let's take it away again.
Yeah. So basically, we set up a private group, and like I say, we're paying $25 to PayPal, and I'm naming every single person on a list. And then what we'll do is we'll give the people the day before the link to the group, and they get invited into that group. And then obviously we'll on the day in question we all go live, and I will do the healing live within that private group, and
Okay.
everyone will receive the healing.
Oh, that's amazing. So basically, it would be the same as if I would contact you and do a one-on-one distance healing. I would get this within the group. Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about? Oh,
The
that's
only
amazing.
the only difference is, Jetland, when I do one to one, is obviously, you're getting the 5-10 minute consultation beforehand. So then we find
Okay.
out, we have a little, it's more personal. And then obviously I would then describe to my client after the healing what I felt, because that's the one-on-one
Oh,
focus. But
right.
obviously with the
Right.
group healing, I'm just leaving it in the hands of the angels, and I
Yeah.
feel they're all getting excited. They're like, oh, pulling the sleeves off, because they can't. It's all about lifting dense energies, and that's what we're
Right.
here to do as light workers.
Yeah.
So the
Uh,
only difference is with the group healing is obviously people will feel the energy. Even if it's not in the now, the fact that you've showed up for the healing, even if there's people who would like to just leave a name of a loved one or family member, we'll set the intent of everyone. I will obviously read everyone's name, discuss with the angels how we want to do it, and then it's showtime.
Um, the Deidre asked if that was going to be on Zoom or Facebook Live, or do you know? Is that going
It
to go
will it
through a
will be
Facebook?
actually in the actual group that we set up, the
Okay, so
private
they'll get a
Facebook.
link.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Also, we had another question from Sharon Dodd. She says, "Do you have workshops in Liverpool, Kevin? I live in Warrington.
Warrington. Oh, that's
Warrington.
well. I'm basically 15 minutes away. I'm actually in
Oh,
Prescott. So yeah, I will be teaching the Angelic Reiki from August onwards. I will be doing workshops there, and yeah. So she's not tell her to contact me, and we can discuss further on what she'd like in particular.
awesome, Sharon! Did you hear that? That's so cool. I was just
15
watching
minutes.
her live this morning.
Warrington's Warrington's a
Oh,
couple of
wow.
junctions up from me, not far.
You're a lucky girl, Sharon. I would hop on that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I would love to meet Kevin in person. And in fact, folks, what we're hoping is that Kevin is going to be able to come to the States and maybe teach some angelic Reiki healing either in the fall or whenever. But we've discussed it, and he seems to be somewhat interested in coming over here across the pond to the U.S. and teaching us angelic Reiki healing.
That's right. I believe that's my purpose in life, and I believe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run with this, and I'd love nothing more to teach people angelic Reiki and spread the light as much as I can. And that's what it's all about. As a light worker, what better to do?
That is so cool, Kevin. I am so grateful for this interview with you today. I know we had some problems last week, but you were well worth the wait, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
This was just amazing. And we're out of time. And his address is up there, www.facebook.com/KevTheHealer/. Also, let me pop up real quick his email address. So if you would like to get a hold of Kevin by email, I just see Kev, so I'm saying Kev, and it's, let's see, it's Kev Morris at 76@gmail.com. Let's make sure I got this typed in right.
It's Kev Morris 76
yeah.
at gmail.com.
Yep, got it. Kev, okay. Oh, I got to get the O in there. And we got it. So let's show that up on the screen. Kev Morris 76 at gmail.com. You can get a hold of Kevin there. Or, find him also, Kevin Morris Angelic Reiki Healing on Facebook as well. So, Kevin, thank you so much. Everybody, next week, I've got another great show for you. I have just the most lovely young lady coming to join me. Her name is Liz Vasso. I've known Liz. We went to school together. And Liz is the owner and head coach of CrossFit Become. And she is an RYT 200 registered yoga teacher, a certified personal trainer, and a holistic life coach and healer. Liz and I are going to be discussing how to engage the physical body on this spiritual journey. We're going to be talking about diet. We're going to be talking about different ways to exercise to keep your body moving. Because as we're going through Ascension, there's so much that we're trying to deal with. And so we really have to take care of ourselves physically as well. And she's going to teach us some really neat breathing techniques also. So you don't want to miss that show. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see her. She's coming down from DC, and she's actually going to be here in Florida with me. So we'll be coming to you from here on the river, the beautiful St. Johns River in Florida. And please go out and have the most blessed week. Spread your love, spread your light, be kind to everybody, and just have an amazing week. I love you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.